Hey there friends, welcome back to another Legally Armed America video. I'm of course Paul Glasgow here, the one and only truth pimp, dealing you a vulgar display of logic and reason. So here we are again, talking about the tolerant left and the trail of destruction they leave behind. Ryan Routh, the man that attempted to at least hid in the bushes for 12 hours waiting for Donald Trump to play golf, was found guilty today in a Florida court for attempted assassination of Donald Trump. So clearly old Ryan Routh had a plan. He hid in the bushes at Trump's golf course for half a day, armed and ready to save America. And to save, I mean give the left a new TikTok martyr named Ryan Routh. The good news for you, Ryan, is that your secret weapon did make it within 130 feet of President Trump, or then nominee Trump. But the Secret Service remembered their jobs and didn't call timeout to hug it out this time like they did in Butler. But the real victory here, maybe? Our hero left behind a handwritten manifesto stating, "I tried my best and gave it all the gumption I could muster." Well, that's one way to get a participation trophy, and I suppose the left will likely give him one. And just to prove this wasn't a one-off nutjob moment, he actually offered a $150,000 reward for the next, quote, patriot to finish the job. I wonder if he'll be celebrated on Jimmy Kimmel's comeback show tonight, if anybody tunes in, because I know nobody has been. Let's not forget that this is all the fault of radicalized right-wing rhetoric. Except, of course, when the shooter is one of their own. I guess now we can expect MSNBC to maybe set up a GoFundMe to pay his bail. Wait, never mind, it's federal. Not even George Soros can fix that. Now, if you'll remember, Routh actually represented himself, which is absolutely crazy in this case. But he did call 3 witnesses to the stand, 2 friends and 1 Marine sniper. The Marine sniper was Michael McClay. McClay told the jury that the SKS rifle in question jammed twice during testing after firing only 1 shot. The prosecutors disputed the weapon's capability during cross-examination, noting McClay had tested the weapon a full 7 months after the incident at the golf course. Prosecutors also noted that by then the weapon had been treated with acid to try and restore the serial number. Of course, as you guys know, if they're using any kind of acid like a muriatic acid or something like that, it's going to aid in corrosion, rust, accumulation, and things like that. So it's very possible that just the introduction of that acid, and it doesn't have to be even directly introduced to the working components. I know if they're trying to get a serial number, it's likely on the outside of the receiver. But even those internals being in close contact with, say, like a muriatic acid, just the mere gases alone of the muriatic acid is enough to make things internally rust. So just introducing it in close proximity to acid can certainly create issues for all the machining and everything on the inside regarding the mechanics of the rifle itself. Now, Ralph's daughter was there, and she seems kind of cuckoo like him too. After her father rested his case without testifying, Sarah, his daughter, said, "I feel like he really didn't have another choice after seeing how rigged it is. Why would he put himself in that position? You know, that would be stupid. It's obviously all rigged." And it's all BS. Apple didn't fall far from the tree, right? It's rigged. Okay. We still know very little about this guy and what took place even after a friggin' trial. Now, here's the weird part of Routh's defense. Remember, he represented himself. Delivering his own closing argument, claimed the assassination was, quote, never going to happen. Routh said, quote, "If the attempted assassination was not taken, it is not an attempt," meaning if he never pulled the trigger, he never attempted. Quote, "There was no intent," he told the jury. Clearly, the jury did not agree with him because after a short deliberation, they returned with a guilty verdict on all charges. Now, here's where it got a little screwy. This guy tried to stab himself after the guilty verdict was read. According to this report, he appeared to try to stab himself in the neck with a pin after the verdict was read. I mean, what do you say to that? The guy's obviously cuckoo. Tried to stab himself in the neck after trying to represent himself in an assassination trial against former President Trump. Remember, guys, when some wacko leftist picks up a gun and tries to kill somebody, it's a tragic anomaly. When somebody on the right does it, it's a war on democracy. It's a different set of rules. So the next time someone lectures you about right-wing violence and, quote, gun control, remember all the people who tried to shoot President Trump, and remember the gay dude who shot and killed Charlie Kirk. Maybe if the left spent as much time learning the Constitution as they do writing manifestos, actions like this, an attempt on Trump's life and killing Charlie Kirk, wouldn't keep surprising Americans. Because we ain't surprised anymore. When they do this kind of stuff, we sit back and go, I know what their background is. I know sometimes it seems premature, but we know where they come from. They always come from the left. Guys, if you don't mind, subscribe, share, and stay armed in every single sense of the word. I mean that figuratively, and I mean that literally. Because the other side is definitely armed, and I certainly don't mean that in terms of common sense. See you guys tomorrow. Friends, you will not want to miss tomorrow's video. I will be going in depth on the autism report from yesterday from Donald Trump and RFK Jr. You don't want to miss this one. Don't forget, guys, if you're looking for a book to educate yourself and to educate the idiots out there who can't think for themselves regarding mass shootings, go to damnliars.net. Again, damnliars.net, and get my brand new book, Damn Liars.
I'm sorry, I thought this was a